opportunities that are available in the area of image processing, video processing, and pattern recognition. Okay, so there are no questions. So let us go ahead with the next slide. So once we have a data, then you need to work with the processes, and those processes will uh, help you out in producing some quality output. Okay, and this is being possible uh, by by the inclusion of artificial intelligence. So now, what exactly artificial intelligence is actually? If you look at this, you'll find that this is actually AI is what AI needs machine intelligence uh, to particularly analyze the data uh, into a specific defined environment using some predetermined rule. If required, it can use a search algorithm or pattern recognition and machine learning models for taking the decisions. Okay, so what exactly artificial intelligence is? Artificial intelligence is an intelligence incorporated to the machine for uh, defining an ability to analyze the data in the defined environment with the defined set of rules, as well as with the search algorithm or pattern recognition machine learning models in order to take decisions. So decisions are being taken based on the data and its properties. Okay, so what if the data is maximum, the accuracy is maximum. If data is minimum, the accuracy is poor. Okay, so means that you need to learn, right? So your model has to learn. So analysis is totally based on the learning mechanism, and we understand that there are two types of learnings which are available. One is called as supervised, and the second is called as unsupervised. Okay, now what exactly supervised learning? Say for example, if the learning happens into a controlled environment, it becomes supervised, and if the learning is natural, where you are learning by your own experience, by yourself only, then that is unsupervised. So guided, unguided learning. So means supervised and unsupervised learning. So we have to work in this particular two modes, um, uh, that is supervised learning and unsupervised learning. Okay, so if you look at here, I have uh, intentionally kept some concentric circles that gives you a scope of work. Okay, so like if we say that we are using artificial intelligence, so artificial intelligence is without machine learning never happens. Machine learning without artificial neural network never works, and artificial neural network without deep learning never suffice. Okay, so means what? If you wanted to work with artificial intelligence, you start with the deep learning, neural network, machine learning, and using those algorithms, you can build an AI systems. Okay, so a system which is able to take certain decisions automatically. Okay, so this is what exactly. Now, and if you look at the artificial intelligence, that is AI technology landscapes, so you'll find that there are very good applications those are available. Say for example, defining an autonomous systems. Now, by autonomous system is like taking a decision by itself. Like, okay, so just take a case like you have a rover and you have a drone. Okay, can drone guides rover? Okay, so can drone guides rover? In that case, there must be a communication between a rover and the drone. So both are autonomous now. Means both can take decisions, right? Rover can take a decision, as at the same time your drone can take a decision. So but if they communicate together, they exchange certain set of information, and through which both can work. So there are autonomous systems you can define. Then in order to develop such kind of system, you can think of machine learning, deep learning, neural network, pattern recognition, natural language processing. Chatbots are one of the technology landscape for that are available with respect to AI. Then you can go with some more applications like thought based thought controlled gaming. Okay, so that you can go for, like using a brain computer interface. Can we go for um, um, uh, thought controlled applications? One of our students are working into developing thought controlled mobiles, right? So like means like a digit recognition using EEG signal is fairly possible nowadays. So can we integrate those EEG signal with the mobile, so that without touching to the mobile, uh, can we unlock a mobile? Can we dial a number using a brain signal? That sort of work is being done, is being carried out right now, and that is some of my students are working into that particular as well. Okay, so that is one of the case that is available. Okay, but if you look at AIs, and right now you are dealing with data analytics, so you need to understand certain key points in order to implement the AI system or pattern recognition system. And what is that? The key points include, like say, if you look at the supervised learning. Now, by supervised learning, I mean that there is a person who is monitoring, who is guiding you, and you are doing that particular work under his mentorship, right? Like the way, like if you look at a guide and student, that sort of relationship, then it is a supervised learning. So it is in that way. So for example, whatever you have, that is input data you have, and the annotations you have. Okay, this particular example, I have used this particular supervised and unsupervised learning into one of my project also, and the case study that I am going to discuss into this particular presentation also for you. So supervised and unsupervised learning is there. So you have a input data. Say input data, right? You don't know exactly what exactly you have a data, and you have their annotations, the data and the annotations, right? So like this data is, like say this data belongs to Apple, right? Now the data is there, annotations are there, then you are given a test sample. So the data, the system is being trained onto annotations and the data. The model is being trained, and for that particular model, the test sample is being given. Training sample and testing sample in case of pattern recognition, both are kept separately. Okay, train sample and test sample. So training samples means the systems are being trained onto a training sample, right? And the test sample is the exactly train sample is kept aside. So that test sample is given used for testing only. So that test sample is given to the model. Now it's responsibility of the model to determine whether that is whatever the provided sample is belongs to Apple class with respect to annotation, yes or no. Okay, so based on that, the model has to work, right? And the prediction needs to go forward. Okay, so this is being done with the supervised learning. Okay, and the key points here is like whenever you are going for whenever you are going for, or if I ask you the question when to go for supervised learning, then you need to understand that what is my problem, right? What is my problem? Is my problem is a regression problem, or is my problem is classification problem? If my problem is a classification problem, then I can think of going with supervised learning. Okay, so means based on my eventually what happens now, whenever you are working into pattern recognition area, you directly start with the pattern recognition. Like it is being introduced like, okay, you have a data, go for this kind of a cleaning, Once you go with the cleaning, then go for this kind of feature extraction, then compute feature extraction, go for its normalization, train the system, and think of classification. So means pattern recognition is every time it is being classification only. So it's that you have to, like, this is going to be trained right now, but you have to see like what is your type of problem. If that problem is a regression problem or classification problem, then only I can go for supervised learning. What kind of training that I am going to provide or that I need to incorporate, that is external supervision, I need to is guided. Okay, then if my problem is regression and classification, then what kind of data I have to use, or what type of data I have to use. So in that case, your type of data must be labeled. So that is why in case of supervised learning, the data is annotated. Okay, the data is annotated. So that classes you need to represent. So data is labeled. So labeled data, then you can go for regression and classification problem. If you don't have a labeled data, then you need to definitely think of alternative mechanism, that is unsupervised. Okay, so data labeling is there. Okay, then approach is, what is your approach? Map the label input to known output. Okay, so means what, your data and labels both are mapped, they both gets mapped and generates a known output. Okay, what are then in this case, what are the popular algorithms? In this case, the popular algorithms are linear and logistic regressions. Okay, or else you can look forward with support vector machine or support vector machine and key nearest neighbor. Likewise, and there are multiple algorithms. You might have been exposed with some of the algorithms in this particular sessions also. So this is, I hope you understood this mechanism. So when to go for supervised learning? The key points: you need to understand problem. You need to understand the kind of training that you are going to perform. Then you need to understand what type of data that you are going to use. Then you need to perform the approach. You need to identify the approach, like map labeled input to known output. Then you need to go for popular algorithms. You can use, or if you wish, you can define your own set of algorithm as per your requirement. Okay, so this is the case. Now, what if it is a unsupervised learning? So in case of unsupervised learning, see, the classical differentiation is the type of problem. If your type of problem is association or clustering, then you can go for unsupervised learning. Okay, then you can go for unsupervised learning. If you are in that case, the training is unsupervised or unguided training. The system has to train itself, right? Based on the models which you define, the system will learn by itself. Then the type of data is unlabeled, right? The way you have been provided with the annotations, you don't provide the annotations here, right? So unlabeled data. Approach is understand the pattern and discover the output. Okay, so machine is understanding the pattern. Pattern understanding is based on the prominent features that you come across. Okay, so that is important. So understanding the pattern and discover the output. Now, in that case, you can go for popular algorithm like k-means, c-means, random forest, so many so forth. There are many algorithms that are available. Okay, just to represent that, I have quoted here. So this particular slide will give you a clear idea about two important points. One, when to use supervised learning, when to use unsupervised learning. Then what type of problem you can incorporate supervised learning, in what type of problem you can go for unsupervised learning. But I have seen lot many students, those are directly going, like they go with, no sir, we are going with, I have used support vector machine. For what you have used support vector machine? No sir, I have gone through a research paper, their support vector machine is used, that is why I have used the support vector machine for my set of problems. That never be a good solution. What is being expected here is you need to understand what type of problem you are dealing, what kind of data you have, and what type of approach you are going to follow. Okay, so based on that, you can decide whether you are going with supervised learning or unsupervised learning. Now, in case of unsupervised learning, the interesting thing is that you have a raw samples. Let's just take a case, right? You have a conveyor belt, and on conveyor belt, some fishes are being put, right? And you are asked to segregate those fish based on certain features. Okay, so then you need to understand. So for example, there is A fish, B fish, and C fish, and all those fishes are kept randomly onto a conveyor belt, and there is an automated system which is classifying that, okay, A fish should go to the A stack, B fish should go to the B stack, C fish should go to the C stack. Based on that, automated system has to work. So for that particular purpose, what you need to do is that you don't know like what kind of input that you are going to come, right? You are going to have onto a conveyor belt. There is a case that A, B, C type of fishes are available, but you don't know whether A fish come first or B fish come first or C fish come first, right? It may be a random, right? So you need so you need to provide you need to take appropriate decisions onto it. So you need to go for interpretation based on certain features. Then you need to go for training algorithm, and then you can cluster it A, B, and C. Okay, so that is being provided here. Now, once you understand this supervised and unsupervised learning, I'm going to give you about some case studies. I'm going to expose you some case studies which you can take up forward, right? And these case studies are some of the significant output that has come from my lab and through my students itself. Okay, so in the meantime, like if you have some questions on this part, we can address those questions, and we can uh, otherwise we can go to the next part. Okay, there is one question. Uh, can you explain crop analysis? Okay. Now, by crop analysis, I means this particular point you can understand. Like there are certain farms, farm A, farm B, farm C. Right now, on farm A there is X crop. On farm Y there is farm A there is X crop, on farm B there is Y crop, and on farm C there is a Z crop. So X, Y, Z crop. So you need to understand that what exactly the crop that farmer has taken. Okay, and this is really very difficult, right? Like to read it in without going. It's very difficult to check which crop that the farmer has taken without going into that, right? So, but for that you can use remote sensing mechanism and get the satellite image and then go for crop analysis, right? Then you can think of vegetation analysis also, right? That crop analysis you can put, right? Like say uh, particularly like when this drought sort of issue comes, no, in that case when we are going for that panchanama, right? So it is becoming very critical to go for that panchanama, right? So that talati comes visit to the farm and then decide the average. But can it be taken remotely? If you have a remote sensing image, then, and that is again a temporal image, so before the event and after the event, what was the state, right? So those analysis can also be taken place, right? So that kind of study you can incorporate. There's not a problem. Okay, so that sort of thing is possible. Okay, now let us come back to. I hope this solves your purpose. This addresses to your question. Okay, now the first case study that I am going to put here. is image processing case study. One of my student who has been awarded with PhD degree, that is Mr. Dr. Sadanand Kulkarni, is being given a topic on Modi character recognition. So if you look at this context of Modi, it is like it was with the 14th century. This it is there like the representation was there, right? So that is Brahma Kalin. Then uh, in 16th century to 17th century, that is Chitnisi. Then 17th century to 18th century, then that is Peshwe Kalin. Then from 19th century to 20th, like that is what is that? Angla Kalin. Angla Kalin. So there's Angla stands for British. Okay, Angla Kalin, and right now there are some Modi scripts are also available into books also. Okay, so if you look at here, the Modi language has 10 vowels and 36 consonants were used into Modi script. The basic challenge which we have come across is similarity of the letters into the shape. Say for example, if you look at J and N, right? So J and N has good similarity. At the same time, K, B, P, M, and Ksha has good similarity here. Just look at here the way it is K looks and the way the F looks, right? And by performing some skeletonization or by performing certain morphological operations whenever you are processing image, then you may lose certain information, right? So then if you lose certain information, then again it is becoming very challenging. Then you look at the yeah, yes. There is one input which is being given by one student into a chat window. That just a minute. Yeah, still older people use Modi of for Marathi fast writing. That is right. It's kind of shorthand. But see, Modi writers and Modi readers are very few right now. Very few people are available. Those are having with Modi knowledge. Okay, so but we have very good number of content which is available onto Modi. So it is like if you look at year, were, so in that case again there are certain set of similarities. So similarity into Modi letters are becoming very crucial. Okay, so and this similarity normally writing similar at the time of writing it is not a case, but this similarity may come when you are pre-processing your document. Okay, and whenever you think of pattern recognition, there is a sequence you need to follow. What is that sequence? You have an image, then you need to perform a pre-processing on it. Then after pre-processing, you need to go for feature extraction. After extracting the feature, you need to go for normalization. After normalization, you need to select the prominency of the dominant features, and those dominant features you need to work for classification. This is the approach. What? First get the data set, then pre-process that data set, compute the feature, normalize the feature, get the optimized feature, or potential feature, get the potential feature, and using those potential feature go for classification or recognition. This you need to go. Okay, the second most challenging problem that is here is segmentation. As I said that this is not at all structured document, right? This is not at all structured document. Then in this case, If it is not at all structured document, then you may find lot many overlaps into this MODI document. Say for example, if you look at here in this particular picture, uh, see particularly here you'll find, just a minute. Okay, particularly look at this particular pictures, right? You will find lot many things, right? Okay, so just look at here, this particular section, you will find that this particular section is the character being touched, right? So this is the major case, right? So you can find that this sort of thing. So like if you look at this particular section, you'll find that the characters are being mixed together, right? So it is really very difficult for uh, person to divide the data into line. Okay, so means segmenting a line is really very critical issue, right? Okay. In case of Marathi as well, and in Modi, what is most important thing is the Shirorekha. Okay, based on that Shirorekha, you can decide what is going above the Shirorekha, what is lying below the Shirorekha, and what are the, because all letters are connected with the Shirorekha. Then if the Shirorekha is connected, like in case of Marathi, one word has Shirorekha. So means what? If that line contains 10 words, 10 words are divided, right? 10 words are separate. Means what? Shirorekha is not contiguous. But if you look at here, in case of Modi script, all Shirorekha is contiguous. Look at here, right? You will find that all Shirodekha is contiguous, right? But that is not case in Marathi. In Marathi case, say my name is Praveen Yennavar, so there is one Shirodekha for Praveen and one Shirodekha for Yennavar. So means word identification is really very easy there. Division of word identification is very easy. At the same time, it is really very critical to identify such particular portion here into body script. Okay. So, but we have done a tailored approach. Our algorithm is available on MATLAB Central, which will which is which gives you a detailed analysis of that particular document. If it contains 10 line, it gives you line by line. It is irrespective of whether the first line letter and the second line letter are touching or they are crossing together, right? So if they are crossing together, now here this is called as crossing. If you look at here, you will find that this is crossing, this second picture, second circle into this, the it is crossing, right? So it is like that, so you can go ahead with that. Okay, now the most important contribution which we have into elsewhere is about the complex moments. Okay, so you know that there are certain affine invariant moments which are being taken. There's the first, like, very basic invariant moment which we use is use moment. Okay, so use moment we have that there are 7 moments only. Then we have a we have implemented a Jarnaik moment, and then we extended that Jarnaik moment to a complex Jarnaik moments. So which is giving us 65 different moments. So what exactly these? These are nothing but computing a feature of one particular letter. Okay, so how many features? We have got 65 different moments, that too in 10 order. So this order varies from this to this. So this is 1 order to 10 order. So all these are 65 movements we have got. Okay, so using these 65 movements, using these 65 complex movements, the character recognition has become possible, right? And again, here we have used decision trees and support vector machine. Support vector machine and decision trees, they are being used because they are being supervised classification. Okay, the training is supervised learning and classification is supervised classification, because with every letter we have a label class, right? So every letter they are labeling, so being done. So in that case it is being done. Okay, so the image processing study is being taken. Now in order to look at the documents, we have come across with certain outcomes, particularly through this particular image processing research, is automatic segmentation and reconstruction of line, which is a difficult part as far as Modi script, but it is being handled very effectively through this particular research by Dr. Sadanand Kulkarni. So the reconstruction of that entire line is being taken here. Then zoning approach is also used. Zoning approach is used, like say, since it is a historical document, it gets degraded. Some portion of the letter is available. So by looking at some portion which is available, can we predict which letter it is? Okay. So is it automatically possible? If it is possible, then how we can do that? So this partial character recognition is one of the prominent area where you can contribute also. So you here we also come up with the publication on that. So which is introduced as zoning approach for partial character recognition that can be done. We have achieved 97% recognition accurate classification using convolution neural network for automatic recognition of letters, Modi characters. So that is 97%. Then partial character also we have reached up to 94%. Okay. We have gone for historical document analysis, particularly where exactly the stamp is, right? So stamp identification is also being done, right? So this is being done. Then can, if a Modi script, if a historical document contains Urdu and Modi both all together, right? Then can we distinguish that Urdu is there and Modi is there? So we have gone for that analysis also. We have successfully identified a compound language document. So that is Urdu language and the Modi language. So that is done. And the toolbox is also available onto a MATLAB Central. If you wish, you can go for. If you want this particular toolbox to be extended further, and you wanted to contribute into this particular area, you just have to provide a citation to this particular work and use the toolbox. So the entire toolbox is available onto MATLAB Central also. This work is being done into MathWorks. Okay. Next work, that is video processing work. Whatever we have discussed so far is about image. Now the next work which we have done is on to video processing, that is multipose audio visual speech recognition. So this is what we have done, and this is under the research grant of Department of Science and Technology under fast track scheme of young scientists, which was there during 2013 to 2016. Now the idea is, now if you are getting my screen video, it is full frontal video. If now whatever you are getting is 45 degrees video, and sorry, side 45 degrees video, and now whatever you are looking at is a side pose video. So can we have these three segments, full frontal, 45 degree, and side pose videos? Can we have these three videos all together, combine these three videos all together, and can we predict the words? Okay, so we have a data acquisition system where three cameras are there, C1, C2, C3 cameras, and based on that, we have developed a corpus which is containing 278,360 audio visual words into Marathi, Hindi, and English language, with a contribution of 20 female participants and 28 male participants. We have also developed audio visual words for Arabic language also, with the 10 foreign speakers. Okay, so this whole database is also available. This data set is called as Vishwa data set. So that is available here. One of the work, the major contribution of the work is being published into a Springer International Journal of Speech and Technology Here you will find the publications and Springer procedure, Springer National Academy of Sciences. Here also the recent article we have come up, which is into National Academy of Sciences. Okay, so that is journal Springer journal, and which is into press. The work which is being taken up by my research student, Dr. Prashant Bode. Right now, he's a research scientist at Manotra Technologies Lab, Mumbai. He has contributed into this particular area. He is my research student, and the project is there. So the key point is, the interesting key points are there. Like, see, since it is audio visual words, so means what? I need to work with two inputs. Now say, Alexa, play this music. So I have only one input, that is speech signal. But when it is a video, it is audio also and video also. Right. So means whenever in case of noisy environment, still you are, by looking at the person, still you can recognize what exactly he has conveyed. Okay. So means what? Lip movement plays an important role as an additional role for enhancing the speech. Okay, speech data. So in that case, this particular research work has contributed into that particular area, that visual cues has contributed into the recognition of speech. Okay, higher accuracy. So in this case, like if you look at here, you'll find that there is a sampler. Here you'll find that, see, look at here it is sampler. Sampler which is sampling audio signal and video signal. Then the entire video signal is being converted into frames, and from that frames you need to identify the face components. Face component means where are my eyes, where is the nose, and where is the mouth. So you need to go to the mouth section directly, right? And for this particular purpose, for full frontal it is easy, but at on 45-degree face it is really very crucial, because some portion of face is not available, some portion of the face is available. So it is becoming critical. And at the same case, if it is in 45 degrees, then again it is really very difficult to reach out to the mouth position. So we have analyzed mouth position in all three dimensions. So this is the case. So once we reach out to the face, then we have gone for visual feature extraction. So visual feature extraction is for image, for video part, and audio feature extraction is for speech signal part. Then audio feature and video feature, we are going for feature fusion mechanism, right? Where, like say for example, how many video features we are getting? 39 video features and about 1200 visual features. So 1200 visual features and 39 audio features we are combining together, that is 1239 features, and the modalities are differently tested. So we have checked the speech recognition on 39 features, audio visual feature extractions on, like say, 1239 features we have converted into 500 prominent features. So if you look at these 500 prominent features, 60% of reduction into features. So means what? 1200 feature space is being reduced to 500 feature space. Okay, so ultimately space is being reduced. Okay, so at the same time, 1200 features are being again converted, or visual features are again being converted. So means what? We have different results on, right? We have good results on only visual, where there is no speech, still we can predict. Audio visual, still we can predict, and audio, still we can predict. Okay, so in this case, the key pointers are, these particular all the data set are non-time stamped. Not non-time stamped means what? Though we have a visual recording, but it is time stamped. Let me tell you what exactly time stamp means. Like, see, if there is a visual visual stream, and visual stream starts with 0.01 second, and it goes. So from so X word, if I say X word in that particular visual stream, that X word starts with this particular time and ends at this particular time. So the time stamping, if we make, then this become time stamped videos. So these videos are not time stamped. So it is becoming very challenging. If you look at Clemson University Audiovisual Database, that is CUAVE, that is time stamped database. Okay, that is time-stamped database. So once you have that time-stamped database, then things are becoming very easy because annotations are available, right? In this particular data set, there are no annotations. Then automatic ROI, region of interest identification. The region of interest identification lies with only visual part, not with the audio part. Okay, so that is again very difficult, right? That is means ROI identification, mouth position for face, mouth detection, full frontal side pose. We have done it very easily for full frontal, but it is becoming very difficult when it goes to side pose. So we have defined our own algorithm for identification of mouth into a side pose, particularly for 45 degrees, particularly for side pose. Okay, so it says that 60% combined features were optimized, which boosted result up to 95%. Okay, over speaker dependent and 96% over speaker independent. Speaker dependent and speaker independent means, like in training case, say for example, there are 10 sample. Okay, in training case there are 10 sample, and for all those 10 speakers, 10 samples. So 10 multiplied by 10, there are 100. So out of that 100 sample, if I use 60% sample for training and 40% sample for testing purpose. So means whatever the 40% samples that are used for testing purpose, their training is already being, their training samples are already there into a training set. So means what? They are dependent, right? They are dependent. Now, if I train my system by leaving one speaker out, means instead of training speaker independent, means instead of training onto a 100% sample, if I leave one speaker out and train onto a 90%, and then whatever I left, that I am checking with the available things. Okay, so in that case it becomes independent. So speaker which is present, which is speaker which is for testing purpose, is not available into training. Say for example, simple case, in case of Google Assistant, you are saying Google, or in case of Alexa, play this particular song. So Alexa, play this song. When you go for this, your voice is not into Alexa. Alexa is not trained on your voice. So in simple case, that is speaker independent. So in order to check the robustness of your system, you need to work with both. Both means what? Speaker dependent and speaker independent. This is also very important. So we have got these results available, and these results are being used into presented into the journals. Okay, so let us go forward. How much time we will have, Ramteke sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can we continue for 10 minutes more?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You continue.
Okay. Because I've been given 1.5 hours, so we started by 11, so now it is 12:27. Okay, say only very few slides are left. Let's go on to this. Now, see, since I have given you this image processing part and this video processing part as a case study purpose, like how we have done, then let us come to the opportunities part, right? What is current time challenge? If you look at current time challenge, as a matter of fact, in case of video processing, if suppose if you right now I'm not wearing a mask, right, and your system has to check whether I'm wearing a mask or not. Okay, if I wear the mask, so my certain face portion is becoming occluded. So what you need to decide whether you wear the mask or not. So this is being done. This is being done with a mask, no mask. So you can do this. This is current time task. You can go ahead. So facial landmarks and its localization you need to do. That is eyes and eyebrows. Whenever you look at, first you need to find out eyes, nose, mouth, eyebrows, and jawline. Okay, but when you wear a mask, what is available? Only eyes and eyebrows are available. Nose and mouth, jawline is not available. Right? Means what? If you go for detecting these kind of things, out of 5 only 2 are available and the rest 3 are not available. In that case, what has happened is you are wearing a mask. That's it. It is very simple logic. Though it is very simple logic, it looks it comes very you need to put some time into doing that. Okay, one of my student uh, she's right now is in Infosys, and she's working on to a postnet library in order to convert the entire gesture into two-dimensional stream. So this is you can go for TensorFlow or PostNet library into this. This particular work is available. This PostNet hint which I have given is already available onto a PostNet library. You can go for that PostNet library and see what exactly how many number of poses are available there or not. Okay, so depending upon that, but we are exactly converting it into some another way into our research, and one of my research student is working on this particular domain. Okay. Okay. Next is case study. You can go for, if you are able to understand pedestrian object, you can convert this into a social distancing mechanism. Means whether the people are violating social distancing or not, right? One of my student, Mr. Ahmad, has worked onto this social distancing mechanism using YOLO algorithm and using blockchain chains mechanism also he has worked. So that work is being published into a Springer journal right now. Okay, so you can go for that. Then you can go for multi-class object detection like a motorcycle, face, airplane, and likewise. Okay, now you have a stylus. For example, you have a stylus and you wanted to detect the stroke-based diseases. Stroke-based Parkinson disease means the person who is having a Parkinson cannot able to, that fellow is not able to draw the line in very appropriate fashion. So you can go for healthy patient and Parkinson patient. You can easily determine, see the change. You can look at here. If you look at the change, you'll find that. I will just show you. Okay, just a minute. Okay, look at this. Look at this healthy section and look at this Parkinson section, which gives you difference. As I said, video processing has an immense importance when it comes to sports. Here you can go for object tracking, multiple object tracking, right? You can do this multiple object tracking, right? So particularly in case of football, forward player tracking, right? So the tracking also you can do. Okay. One of our collaborative work is with Rani Channamma University, Belgaum. So there we have worked on automatic classification of the signages, right? So detection of signages and their classification. So one of the student, her name is, she recently awarded with PhD, Dr. Ashwini Bableshwar. She used to come to my lab, and we have implemented this signages issue. So she has Indians are really very good in devising certain technologies, So at the time of collecting the data, what she has done is I asked her to collect the data within the Belgaum region itself. So she collected the data onto a scooty. So how she did, she devised a stand. She placed a mobile camera onto a stand, and she drive through entire Belgaum city onto her scooty, and the data is being captured through mobile. And all that complex data we have processed, and we have detected successfully the signages and its classification also. Okay, then about the tools. This is probably the last slide, the tools, the open source tools. So these are the tools which you can go for. Some of the tools that you are already using with, but the good tools are like you can go for deep learning, you can have MXNet, Sonnet, TensorFlow. So the TensorFlow is most important tool which you can go for. Okay, as far as natural language processing, there are some tools like fast text, spaCy, Allen NLP, transformers, fair, bert, and likewise for video processing and computer vision, you have OpenNet, you have FastNet, OpenPose, Detectron 2, YOLO, OpenCV, POSNet. These are the libraries that are available. And Keras are also available for deep learning. You can go for Keras are available. And almost those all technologies are available onto Python. So you can go with the Python for this. Uh, and this is the last slides. Thank you very much. I would like to thank SSBT College, Professor Ramteke, Professor Zope, entire team of SSBT College for giving me this opportunity. I must thank all students because they haven't disturbed my pace of delivery of the session. They have listened me very carefully, and I'm really very happy to be part of this. If at all you wanted to get me in touch, you can write me at my email address, which is already being shared. I would be very happy to get associated with you into the work. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you very much, student. In the meantime, if you have any questions, if there are any, if you can unmute